How much stuff does Anna have to read for her exam? You think it's enough? Add a sprinkle of like practice tests on it. Hi everyone! In today's video we are going to be talking about how to study effectively for a hard or difficult exam. As you may or may not know, I have one big bada boom exam coming up in March of next year. And so I have been actively studying or trying to study for the past month. So what I did was every time I had a problem, I wrote it down. And on top of that, I also wrote down how I overcame those problems. Number one, there's always something. Every time I came home from work, I, in my head, wanted to prepare the situation for maximum hardcore study time thing. I have to study today, but I'm just gonna film all my videos for YouTube, and then tomorrow I'll have all day to study and it's gonna be my study day. And then the day after that I'm like, I'm gonna do the dishes and then I'll iron some clothes because then tomorrow I'll have nothing else to do but study. Guess what? There's always going to be something. You will never be in a perfect study situation unless you make studying for that exam your number one priority. And when I did the switch, when I prioritized studying for my exam, everything else came second. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start. Start. Number two, and probably the most frustrating thing I've had to deal with this month, that is figuring out what active reading and active studying methods I was gonna use to approach this hardcore, difficult exam that I have never been faced with. Should I use highlighting? Didn't work. Should I take textbook notes? Didn't work. Should I use a combo of color coding and study guides? Oh, it works. Allow yourself to experiment with different active reading and active studying methods before you find the right one that you feel will give your studying a nice flow. Which brings me to point number three, which is the wall of frustration. You are not alone. When you're tackling a huge, difficult, hardcore exam, you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna be like, you know what? You know that emoji of like flipping a desk and like, F it, I'm done. Keep going. Even after you're faced, probably constantly, for a whole month, with frustrating moments. It does get better. Number four, consistency is key. So once you finally found that method that you're gonna approach the material, whatever you do, don't switch it up in the middle of your studying or along the way. If you're doing color coding and you know what, you're out of your green pencil for which you I don't know if you can see it. If you run out of green and throughout your study guide, you've been using green as a pop for your keywords, go to the store and buy a new green pencil. Don't just be like, I'll use the orange, it's fine, I'll know. Don't confuse yourself. Number five, the importance of incremental practice. I have to say, my whole university life, I've always... Jesus! Squirrel! Did you hear that? A week or 2 weeks before the exam, that's when I would recommend to do a bunch of practice tests. However, the material I'm studying for and the textbook that I have does things a bit differently. After every chapter, there's a practice test. I cannot tell you how amazing and how helpful this was for me. Through practice, the questions I got wrong I remember them. I remember them so much better than if I would have waited till the end to finish to practice. And again, remember, practice tests are also a form of active studying, active reading. So you're learning so much more. And now I'm not only using 2 active reading strategies, but 3. Number 6, the end of your comfort zone. Another thing I struggled with a lot, especially one particular evening I remember. I could not, to be honest, didn't feel like it. I did not, I couldn't study. I don't know why. I tried, I sat down, okay, now, I read one thing, one paragraph maybe, get distracted, get up, do something else. Then I pass by the couch or my desk, I'm like, I should read. I'll read. I sat down, I read one more paragraph, got distracted. I did this around 20 times that evening. But what I want you to remember is that I kept doing this 20 times that evening until I freaking sat down and managed to get a chapter done. It is extremely important to get uncomfortable, to push yourself until you no, you know what? You procrastinated, get back in there. Always be me, pretend it's me, just less violently, but someone just pushing you. Get back in there. It can be frustrating, you're gonna stumble a lot, but the important thing is that you got back up. Number 7, get rid of it. Did you see everything I showed you in the beginning? Do you really think that I want to go through these ever again? No, and so should you. Try to get rid of heavy textbooks or slides or big chunka materials as fast as you can. And I want you to not have all of this to study and review before your exam, but to have something like this to review and study for your exam. Study guides. It turns this into this. Check it out. Number 8, so you got distracted. Now what? It is important to, number 1, like I said previously, get back up, but also take note of what distracts you. So you have a plan in mind for when you might get distracted again. And to also recognize signs that might distract you while you're studying, so you can either distance yourself or remove that possible temptation or risk from your study environment. If you're someone that struggles with distraction and focus a lot, I highly recommend this video. A lot of people said that helped them out, so it might help you out as well. Number 9, time will slow you down. If you watched my study routine, you know that I do not keep time next to me when I study. Because I'm like, oh my god, did I just take an hour to read 2 pages? What is wrong with me? And you don't want to get demotivated, and you don't want to just feel like you're being rushed. I strongly encourage you, especially for hard and difficult exams, eliminate time from your study sessions and create a study bubble, meaning get yourself fully immersed and focus in the present so you can pay more attention, retain more, and do those step-by-step exams. So all the info is soaked up in that initial shot, initial exposure. And finally, number 10, quick review. When you finish a chapter, when you finish reading anything, the next day when you sit down to continue, take literally not even a minute and glance at your previous day notes, just to get yourself back in the swing of things, back into context. It's gonna motivate you, and it's gonna give you that necessary feedback that it's going. You can do it. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to me if you like what you see, because I post videos every Thursday. Good luck on your exam, guys. We can do it.